Hello and welcome to all the viewers. In last video we discussed about lifting beam finite element analysis using ANSYS workbench. So this is nothing but the continuation of our last video, and here the only difference is that we will discuss that in next slides. So the learnings in this video is as same as our last video, like we will going to perform the lifting simulation for the respect to loading and boundary conditions. The loading will be like a gravity loading, and for that we will going to see the stresses deformations. Okay, the only difference between our last video and this present video is that here we will going to create a contact between lifting eye and lifting hook. So basically we will going to model the actual lifting hook instead of directly connecting this lifting eye with the lifting point through rigid elements. So we will try to establish the contacts between lifting eye and lifting hook, and then we will see the difference in the stresses compared with our part 1a video. The problem definition of our present video is as same as last video. The basically here this horizontal eye section beam is carrying 3 weights of, you can see like here, 2 ton for first as well as second as well as third. So this lifting eye is carrying a total of 6 ton of weight as well as its own weight. So that we will going to be captured with the help of point masses as well as applying gravitational accelerations. Okay, so what we'll do now, we will go to our ANSYS and there we will discuss the remaining simulation part. So before moving to ANSYS part, I just wanted to take through our respective blog. So if you type here like www.grassengineering.com, you will find that our respective blog where you will find the blogs related to finite element analysis. So you will find like basics, advanced, design suggestions, few of the structural analysis blogs, and then you will find the 2D as well as 3D exercise. Okay, recently we added few quizzes on FEA, so you just have a look on that and just go through and try to explore your quiz FEA quiz knowledge. Like you can see the question, and there are different 4. Like here the first will be like material required to perform static structural simulation. Suppose by default if you put the wrong one, then you will find that the correct one, in addition to that you will find the respective explanation. Okay, so just go through this blog and try to explore the some of the basic knowledge of FEA. Okay, now let's move towards our actual topic, that is our lifting beam simulation. So let's click on the geometry part. So as we discuss in the presentation, like we will going to model the actual, you can see that this is nothing but the lifting hook we had created, and now we will try to establish the contact between this, and then we will compare the stresses. Okay, now let's go to our mechanical part. So just double click over there and let's see the geometry. The material will be as same as structural steel. Then you will find that 3 masses which we applied. The first one will be here, second will be here, and third will be here, like that you can see. Okay, now this is the additional part, lifting hook. You will find from here, see here, and there is a material is as same as this. This is structural steel which we use, and the remote point we created from this point to this point. So basically instead of connecting remote point to lifting eye, we created lifting point at the holding point, and then we connected with the lifting hook surfaces. So you can see that here, over here. Okay, now the next part is to create the contact between these two parts. So basically if you see here, we have created a bonded contact between these two faces. So in actual there will be only a line contact which will going to be happen but it is better that you can consider some of the parts of this lifting eye too. Okay, so this is because when you try to lift from top, then you will find single eye contact, but when we will try to rotate, some of the portion of both faces like lifting eye and lifting hook will come in contact. So that's why it is better to consider some of the extra portion. Now the next part is meshing, is as same as that. We just consider some of the fine mesh over the contacting region. Okay, now the next part is that what are the loads and boundary conditions. So let's me first here you will find that, let me draw downward. The first one, you will have standard earth gravity. So let's say this is what our standard earth gravity which we have applied, and this is nothing but in negative y direction. The next will be your remote displacement. So basically we are fixing this point in all degrees of freedom. You can see that x 0, we block the translation as well as rotational. Okay, now let's try to solve this simulation and let's see the differences and the results. So now if you see our simulation is performed, so let's see the few stress outputs as well as deformation outputs. So now if you see the deformation, you will find the maximum deformation which we obtained like 8.44. so let's increase some of the scale and let's put wireframe. So let's put like 10 times, or you can say 100 times. It's too much, so let's put 25 times. And if you try to animate, you will find the differences. Now you can see that it is going downward, so due to the gravity which is acting. And let's put like this. So what is happening over here, now you will see like here we fix, and from that respective point it is trying to enlarging. So right, so here this point is not able to move, and you will find the local deformation over here. Now let's see the stresses. So I will just put the true scale, or before finishing the stresses, let's first complete the deformation part. So let's put here, you will find some of the deformation along the x-axis too. So let's put deformation directional, duplicate, then you will find y-axis, duplicate, then you will find z-axis, and try to evaluate. So now if you see that there is some deformation in x-axis like 7.4, then y-axis is almost 4.8, and in z-axis you will find 1. So basically the vertical deformation is y1, so y is only 4 mm, 4.8, but the x directional deformation is quite higher. Now if you compare with our last results, so the here, so you will find the total deformation is 1.55, and in present case it is 8 point something. Let's see that some directional deformation, duplicate without results, then duplicate without results furthermore, then evaluate the results, and let's see how the deformation is happening. So let's put over here like 25 further. Now if you see, I will make it metric y. So y axis deformation is 1.5, which is as same as in our present video here. So if you see y axis, okay, it is higher, that is 4.8. Okay, and even Z also you will find some of the deformation. Now let's go to our this. So here there is no increase in deformation levels, though we are putting that. This is because of here we have fixed, we have created the remote rigid points, the connection between the your building and your lifting eye. So that's why you will find that there is no lateral deformation. Okay, so it is simply going downward. There is no deformation, directional deformation in x-axis. Okay, now if I will try to animate, you will find that it is behaving like you can see. Okay, and when you put here and if you try to animate, now you can see that it is simply going downward. Okay, let's make both parallel to each other and let's see the differences. Now here you can see that because of this lifting eye, you will find there are few deformations which are happening in x-axis, but here there is no deformation, only simply going downward. So that is the difference between creation of lifting eye and then further. Okay, so here it is simply going down, but here it is moving lateral upward. So likewise you need to review results at your end before submitting to your client, right? So furthermore, if you model furthermore extraposition, then you will find furthermore small variations when, okay, this is the most realistic scenario. This is what the more conservative scenario where we did some assumptions. Okay, let's pause it and let's pause. Now let's see the stress results. So let me make it to scale, make it no wireframe, adjust to visible, and here let's put 10 and here let's put like 250 instead of 50, let's 250. And if you see here, the few stresses are developed, but that is on lifting hook, so we will try to hide that part. We don't need, we only need this. Okay, the maximum, let's, you can see this is localized stress, but in addition to that there are few stresses like okay. Now let's compare with this previous one, and here let's see the stresses. Let's zoom this part and let's try to probe this furthermore. Stresses is almost same, and if I will probe at the middle portion, and okay, now you can see like stress values. Now you can see the stress levels are almost same. Okay, only the difference in deformation levels. Now if you prove further, so like you can see like the stresses, like here it is the below 10 and it is as same as that. We made the same scale, let's put like 230. Okay, so now you come to know the actual differences. Like when you model the actual part like lifting hook, you will find that this will give you the more realistic scenario. So that's why it is always keep in mind, like instead of going more conservative way, you just make more realistic way and then try to submit the results. Okay, So few of the stresses are higher in previous case compared to this one, because this is the more elastic way how to establish the contact. Furthermore, if you model this most part, then you will find furthermore deformation, changes in deformation. At present you will find there is no deformation at these points, so this point will also further move along this fixed point. Okay, so that's it. Thank you guys, thank you for your time, and let me know your comments. I'll be there to help you.